Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Good evening. You're watching Oman News from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. The Sultanate reviews its policies in scientific, technological and invention fields before an UNCTAD meeting in Geneva. Higher positions of Omanization at the private sector increases to more than 17%. The value of real estate circulated in the Sultanate is worth 700 million Omani Riyals during the first quarter of the current year. Good evening once again, and thank you for joining us. Those were the headlines, and now the news in details. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has sent a cabal of greetings to His Majesty King Harald V of Norway on his country's National Day. The Sultanate presented its experiment and policy in achieving development goals and its future vision for sciences and innovations before the meeting of the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, UNCTAD. The meeting was held in Geneva and reviewed analytical policy prepared by the organization in cooperation with the government of the Sultanate. The study is considered one of the provisions to prepare National Innovation Strategy 2014, which is being prepared by Research Council. That came with a report the Sultanate reviewed before the committee concerned to utilize science, technology and invention, as well as the importance of working towards use of technology for the purpose of renewable development and renaissance achievements, which were utilized to serve Omani citizens. The Ministry of Information signed a Memorandum of Understanding with the Public Authority for Information of Egypt to activate ties of information cooperation between the two countries. It came on the sidelines of the 45th meeting of the Council of Arab Ministers of Information, which concluded its works in Cairo at headquarters of the Secretariat General of the Arab League. His Excellency Dr. Abdul Mun'im bin Mansour Al-Hassani, Minister of Information, said, as this current stage Arab information role is to work with full energy to protect the achievements, to cooperate and integrate with each other, mentioning that consultations and meetings are fruitful towards these targets. Arab information ministers had tabled 17 articles on the agenda, topped by follow-up of implementing new plan for Arab information action outside the Arab world in order to deliver a strong information message capable of explaining Arab national issues objectively, with the aim to limit current actions or limit counter-actions. It also encouraged to use a language of dialogue instead of confrontation to be realistic and responsible. The organizing committee for the 11th Gulf Water Conference discussed aspects and procedures for the conference, which is contemplated to be held in the governorate of Muscat in October. The meeting reviewed scientific side of the conference, including organizing workshops, preparation for accompanying exhibition and logistic works. The meeting was presided over by His Excellency Engineer Ali bin Mohammed Al-Abri and the Secretary of the Ministry of Regional Municipalities and Water Resources for Water Resources. The total number of companies registered in the commercial record during the last year reached around 308,000 according to the annual statistics book of National Center for Statistics and Information. The percentage of Omanis working in higher positions in private sector increased by 17%. The statistics of the Ministry of Manpower clarified that the number of private sector establishments with expatriate employees reached about 148,000. The center highlighted that some institutions' management use hidden trade, where most of it was illegal and spreading in commercial areas. The bodies concerned are working to limit hidden trade and its negative effects on national economy. The value of real estate in the Sultanate recorded an increase by 94% during the first quarter of the current year to reach around 690 million Omani riyals. The real estate activity report issued by the National Center for Statistics and Information clarified that fees collected for all legal practices witnessed an increase by 79%. The report also pointed that a sales contract registered in the first quarter of the current year increased by 22%. The Ministry of Civil Service revealed that 1,580 job seekers competed for 230 vacancies announced in the Governorate of Ad-Dakhiliya. The employment examinations were conducted in transparent atmosphere without the interference of human. They included 70 questions divided on related specializations and general culture. After the exams were finished, the results were displayed immediately to show those passing the test. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and still to come in our news bulletin. An educational health forum, My Future in My Health, was held in the Wilaya of Rustaq in the Governorate of South Al-Batina. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. The district's 20 Regional Toastmasters Annual Conference 2014 started in Muscat with the aim to enhance skills and capabilities in the fields of speech, delivery and making statements before the public through a program of International Toastmasters establishment. More details in the following report by Rabia Al-Mirza.
The three-day District 20 Toastmasters Annual Conference 2014 opened yesterday at Al Bastan Palace Hotel. The ceremony was presided over by Her Highness Sayyida Dr. Muna bin Fahad Al Saeed, Assistant Vice Chancellor, Sultan Qaboos University, External Cooperation.
Toastmasters actually started way back in the 1960s in Bahrain. And from that one club, we started building more clubs in other countries. You know, we have 7 countries in District 20. So Bahrain, Qatar, Oman, Kuwait, UAE, Jordan and Lebanon.
700 delegates from all over the Gulf Cooperation Council attended the conference. Main purpose is to acquaint to be eloquent in delivering their speeches to enhance their public and communication skills.
It's an annual conference that happens once a year in one of the 7 countries that are part of District 20, and Oman is really honored this year to be hosting the conference after 12 years since the last time Oman hosted it back in 2002. Today we have delegates coming from all 7 countries. More than 600 delegates are present today, accompanied by world standard trainers and public speakers in public speaking, communicators.
This event shall continue for 3 days, and winners of the competition will be announced at the closing ceremony.
A ceremony was held at Bukha Sports Club in the Governorate of Mawsandam to mark Teachers' Day. His Excellency Ahmed bin Abdullah Al-Shehi, Minister of Regional Municipalities and Water Resources, presided over the ceremony. It was emphasized in the ceremony that teachers are the main domain of education. Thus, the Minister of Education is keen to develop their capabilities and potentials and to provide them with up-to-date technologies which enable them to perform their work duties perfectly within a group of development programs to grow a civilizational generation capable of handling the age is its outcome and changes. In the governorate of Al Barami, a ceremony was held by the Directorate General of Education to honor 67 educationalists on the occasion of Teachers' Day in appreciation of their efforts. The ceremony included a number of musical performances and shows with the participation of a number of prominent poets in the Sultanate. His Excellency Mohammed bin Salim Tobi, Minister of Environment and Climate Affairs, presided over the ceremony. Scouts and Guides Commission of the Directorate of South Sharqiya celebrated the end of its activities for the academic year 2013-2014. During the ceremony, they honored the winning teams in the competition of Scouts and Guides Excellence on the level of the governorate, as well as technical scouts and guide committees, government and private institutions, and supporters of the Scouts activity. The ceremony was presided over by His Highness Sayyid Fahar bin Fatih bin Fahar Al Said. The fifth forum for schools taking part in the Tamam project on the level of Arab world was inaugurated today. The three-day forum aims to upgrade the educational process. Officials from 17 schools from the Sultanate, Jordan, Lebanon, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and Qatar met in Muscat to present their projects and experiences adopted within the context of Tamam project. This project is adopted by Arab Intellectuality Institution and American University in Beirut, and it's meant to enhance education starting off from school. The Sultanate's participation in this project is represented by a consultative committee and 3 schools which implement progressive projects related to this issue. The training course on milk products concluded in the Wilaya of Rakhyud in the Governorate of Dhofar. The Omani Women's Association adopted the project of training and qualifying rural women in the Wilaya. Around 80 women were trained in the field of dairy products industry. During the course, the trainees focused on making cheese, butter, yogurt and other products. At the end of the course, a graduation ceremony was held in the Wilaya with the attendance of officials from Raft Fund and other institutions. The participants expressed that such programs are very helpful in qualifying national cadres. An educational health forum was held in the Wilaya of Rustaq in the Governorate of South Al-Batina. The forum, entitled My Future in My Health, included a number of activities and witnessed interaction from different institutions. Many visitors were attracted to the various corners of the forum, particularly to sports, health and crafts corners. Muscat Securities Market Index registered a recession this week by 90 points, with a total trading volume of around 32 million Omani Riyals and more than 31 million shares. The recession is due to future plans of economies of some Gulf countries such as United Arab Emirates and Qatar related to Expo 2020 and World Cup 2022. Monitors and followers of the market's activity think that such plans caused a remarkable real estate renaissance, resulting in an increase on trading volumes on real estate companies sectors listed in those markets, in addition to bank sector financing those companies. This phenomenon attracted investors in the Gulf to those markets seeking profit, which eventually affected the activity of the general index and trading volume of Muscat securities markets. And now for the general weather forecast. Clear skies will prevail over the Sultanate with chances of dust raising winds at open places and possibilities of low clouds and fog over parts of the southeastern coastal areas. Winds over the parts of the coastal areas overlooking Sea of Oman will be northeasterly light to moderate, while it will be southwesterly moderate to active along the southeastern coastal areas. Seas along the coast will be moderate to rough with a maximum wave height of 3 meters. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and now before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. The Sultanate reviews its policies in scientific, technological and invention fields before an UNCTAD meeting in Geneva. Higher positions of urbanization at the private sector increases to more than 17%. The value of real estate circulated in the Sultanate is worth 700 million Omani Riyals during the first quarter of the current year. With that, we come to an end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night.